You know, in my own home state, Don, we've got, Derek Schmidt running against Laura Kelly at the governor's spot. And I can't, as, a conservative Kansan, I can't even believe that those polls are close. We've got our friend Chris Kobach running for attorney general. And the Democrats are running ads that Chris Kobach is anti-constitution. And those of us that know him know
Chris Kobach is one of the hardest constitutionalists I've ever seen in my life. But that's the point. They will run it like he doesn't believe in the Constitution. Meanwhile, the radical, leftist that's there, no, it's a moderate. I'm like, but if you look at his position, I mentioned J.D. Vance in Ohio. They're doing that with Tim Ryan. Like, Tim Ryan voted for federal funding for illegal immigrant children to have sex change operations. But if you watch the commercials in Ohio right now, you'd think that he was a moderate Republican. He's not. He's a radical leftist. Tim Ryan in Ohio has voted 100% of the time, not less than that, 100% of the time, and I'll let them fact check me, for the Pelosi-Biden agenda since that's been in place. 100%. He's a rubber stamp for Pelosi and Biden. He is a Pelosi Democrat, not a moderate. But again, according to the media, no, he's a moderate. Remember what they told you in Ohio, right? Joe Biden said it in his own, we'd never cancel pipelines, we'd never destroy energy independence. And yet on day one, he signed an executive order ending Keystone. The Democrats, they'll tell you anything they need to hear to win. Once they win, they go to D.C. and they do the bidding of the radical left. There are still moderate Democrats left in America, Keith. There are. There's just none in office because you can't win in office. Chuck Schumer, he's spending $7 billion in this race this weekend, $5 billion in this race, $4 million in this race. Last minute. This is all California, New York money. They're not representing like Democrat Ohio values. They're representing radical California values.
Right.
Pushing those into those races. That's the reality. So while there may be moderate Democrats still left in America, there are none representing you. And I think this is an incredible opportunity for Democrats to take 2 years and to say, hey, Democrats, you better start representing Democrats, not just the lunatic fringe of Hollywood, because that's who they're catering to right now, because that's who's raising them the money. Like, the Democrat Party has to shift back to, you can disagree on certain subjects, but not on like the general well-being of America, not on like our economy at the expense of everything. Like, that's not up for grabs as far as I'm concerned with moderate Democrat voters in America. But it's totally off the table with radical leftist extremists that represent you in government. Send them a message on Tuesday.
Well, Don, we really appreciate you joining us. Ted's got to jump on another interview, and it's just the three of us here visiting. So is your dad going to run?
I don't know, boys and girls. We'll find out. I hope so, because, again, we need someone to get us back on track, right? And then you can let someone else run it from there. But you need, this kind of disaster, this doesn't get fixed with delicacy and little nuance. Like, you need a sledgehammer to fix this economy, to fix this craziness, to fix the global stage. Guess what? Russia was never invading Ukraine if Trump was at the helm. Well, but they see Joe Biden, they say, hey, with that kind of weakness, who wouldn't? When's China going into Taiwan? Probably soon, because they see the leadership, I'll put it in air quotes, meaning total lack of leadership coming from Democrats, coming from Joe Biden, who's only slightly more with it than John Fetterman. And they say, this is a perfect time to pounce, because that's the nature of predators. They take advantage of weakness. That's what's going on. That's no different than hunting. They take the weakest of the herd.
If he runs, Don, I love Trump Nugent. And if he decides not to run, I love the idea of Nugent Trump Jr.
Oh, that could be interesting. Ted, we'd certainly get a couple people's heads exploding on that one. That would be a couple, I mean like 150 million lunatic leftists.
That would be worth the price of admission, I promise you. Well, Don, thank you for standing up. Give our love to Kimberly and the entire Trump family. We so respect and value your activism and your caring about this great nation. We do this on the nightly news, but you represent truth, logic, and common sense that is alive and well out there in America. Now we just have to vote that way, and we can save this country.
Thank you, boys.
Thanks,
Great being with you as always.
God bless you both. Thanks.
Godspeed, man. Good hunting forever, everybody. God bless you, man.